Gabe Giardina, head coach, Charleston Southern. Coach, good to see you again.
And great to be seen. Great to be on, with the OVC Big South Media Days, and excited for 2025.
All right, so we're getting ready. Talk to me about your summer and what's been going on since spring semester ended, because I know, while in some people's minds it may be a slow time for head football coaches, that's not quite the case.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a slow time of the year anymore, with the way recruiting has changed and the landscape of NIL, transfer portal, everything that is continues to evolve. Been a lot of development of our team, obviously in the weight room and on the field, and trying to get some kind of foundation, I think, laid. A lot of it, just development with our staff and looking, at future opponents, but then also ways to help improve our program. And New strength coach here in June 1st, Noel Durfee's done a great job for us. I think our players have really, I could just look at them, I think, and say, wow, all right, it's the Durf effect. So excited to see the work that he's done in there. Man, it's just been exciting to kind of develop our team on a character and a spiritual level as well.
So we could nitpick, if you will, or be very narrow and say, well, this coach is important, this coach, but strength and conditioning, particularly in these periods we talk about in the off season. I see your response, and
Yeah.
just elaborate on that a little bit, because that is so crucial, and it's such an understated, under-recognized kind of role in the program.
Yeah, and it's so much more than just being able to teach a guy how to lift. It's has so much to do with the times in between the sets and the reps. There's got to be tremendous connection. There's got to be Coach Durfee's a tremendous, scientist and writer of programs, right? But he's also a psychologist. He's a little bit of a counselor. He's a developer. He coaches everybody. I walk in there and there is not one guy that he is. That guy's got, he's like I don't know, he's got like a spy or something like that. He just sees all the little details, and it doesn't matter if it's a linebacker or a whiteout or a specialist. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get that, get your elbow up or whatever. Guy's got great passion for his job, and obviously that bleeds into the rest of the team.
The effect.
Mhm.
I wanted to just to ask you, and I'll just let you take this wherever you want to. How difficult was last season for you?
It's tremendously tough. You know what I'm saying? We're I'm not going to give you the coach speak of, oh, it's adversity. It's hard in every area. See a team work so hard, improve, I think, tremendously, but never really reap the benefit of that fruit. And so, what you can call me a liar if you want to, but that doesn't mean we didn't improve last season. We just didn't see it on the scoreboard. I think there's some growth in our team by leaps and bounds in a whole bunch of areas. And so I'm excited about 2025. I'm not a person that, I'm not revisiting. I called it a pile of rubbish or whatever. I'm not going to revisit that. You know what I'm saying? But I certainly have examined and grown, and I think our team has grown, and I think our players are tremendously excited about getting back out on the field and proven not that they can go win games, just hey, that we've improved, that we can be the best at getting better, and that we're going to play not to a scoreboard, but we're going to play. That's a big Saban quote, right? They don't play to a scoreboard. We're going to literally play to an audience of one, and that's to honor the Lord. But that means we're going to execute better. We're going to take better care of the ball. We're not going to turn it over as much. We're going to make more kicks. We're going to tackle better. And so to me, that's tremendously exciting. But to answer your question, yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to put in the words what you know from my perspective, as I sit here, I got the easy job, right? You're the one that's,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, really, yeah, you're the one that's got to make the changes, got to make the personnel decisions, the
sure.
strategy decisions, the schematic ones, as we all know about. And so I just felt compelled to ask that question. And
Oh,
so
it's a
we can
great
get it out of the
question.
way in July. We're in
Yeah,
good
yeah,
shape.
exactly. Great.
So let's talk about this schedule. My goodness, you're traveling a lot. Um, at Vandy, you'll be a
Sure.
couple miles from where we sit right now very soon. At Coastal and at William and Mary, I thought out a conference. Kind of talk about your approach to putting those. I mean, the Coastal one makes sense. I know the relationships
Sure.
there. Talk about how those three games came about.
Well, so much, college scheduling, gets done well in advance. So,
Yeah,
I don't know all the exact answers to those questions. But what I do know is how we treat it, like
sure.
you got to kind of look at our season in segments, what I'm saying? We've got these two non-conference games that are even different, I think, than a William and Mary and a South Carolina State, right? I see it in three phases. We've got two FBS non-conference games. We've got two FCS non-conference games, and we group those in that group, and then we've got obviously a very tremendous conference schedule. Is it exciting for our program to play Coastal Carolina again? Absolutely. That's an old traditional rivalry from the days when they were an FCS program. We still recruit a little bit against them. You know what I'm saying, from
Sure.
in-state players and things. We know some of their staff. I mean, we see their staff all the time. That's great to be able to play South Carolina State for the first time, I believe, ever. I mean, those guys are 30 miles down the road. Um, my son, my middle son, came up to me in the middle of summer, and he said, "Dad, I just don't like bulldogs." And I was like I'm thinking he's talking about a dog, okay? And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Citadel Bulldogs, Gardner Webb Bulldogs, South Carolina State Bulldogs. I just don't like those guys." And I thought this is great. What I'm saying, that he's 12 years old, invested in the mascot of someone else. So just to be able to have that type of rivalry, the team with a close proximity, and knowing, Chennis Berry from a previous job. Tremendous coach, and did a tremendous job. He was the FCS Coach of the Year in the Southeast last year. So just exciting. But you got to put them in segments. But we know the most important segment is those Big South OVC games that we get to play at the end of the year.
So, as a head coach coming through this cycle, all the Big South and OVC teams that have formed an association and now played each other.
Yeah,
What's your impressions of the league now that you've seen it top to bottom?
I think this league has very, very good personnel. I think uh, last year our league is got kind of the respect it deserves, getting three teams in, and I think people saw our teams play well in those games. So that to me is an indication of health. And I also look at the scores, from top to bottom. I mean, I know, it just even, for us, I know that UT Martin, kind of got after us, but everybody else, I mean, it's nip and tuck, and we're in every game. But it's not just exclusive to CSU; it's every team across the league. You see these games that are close, that are contested, and there's some parity, which is, to me, exciting.
So, let me ask the weird preseason question.
Oh, great! There we go. You
How
already
do you
asked
get
one weird question. I'm only giving you two now.
how do you get a transfer quarterback, a kicker rather, from Western New Mexico
Oh man, well,
into Charleston, South Carolina?
look, it's you recruit the whole country. That's what you do. Uh, and the great part about Zach Gordon is that Zach's actually he actually is from Bowie's Creek, North Carolina.
Okay.
So I don't know. Zach's got a great. He went to Northern Illinois, then he went to directional New Mexico, and now he's coming home. I mean, Zach's the happiest guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? He's never been so close to home. His parents, they're getting a pay raise out to go buy a plane ticket to go watch their son play.
Yeah.
And Zach, I would tell you, is not the best athlete in his family. His mom's a college volleyball player. She's pretty doggone salty. You should see her play Top Golf. So
Couple quick player notes.
yeah,
Tyson Greenwade, the redshirt sophomore,
yeah.
had a really good season last year. I mean,
Mhm.
it goes without saying, going to lean on him a little offensively, try to find ways to get him the ball.
Yeah, I think Tyson is really come into his own. I think he's playing his best football right now, just in practice, and had a good summer. And he's a that's a tough guy to tackle for sure.
So we've known each other for a while, at least in this format, right?
Sure, Bob.
And,
Yeah,
and I'm almost out of time or at that, but I just want, I mean, you've coached at the highest levels of collegiate football.
sure.
And now you're at Charleston Southern. You seem very, very, very settled there. But I
Mhm.
looked at the quote at your bio at Charleston Southern. I want to read this, and I wanted you to reiterate on this a little bit. To
Sure.
be part of the mission of CSU has had in its past, present, and future. God called me and my family here, so we
Mhm.
came to be in the middle of the Lord's will for our lives.
Mhm.
Kind of speaks to what you've been talking about, you and I have been talking about throughout these last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you know, I I certainly don't arrive at that statement or quote without really trying to seek the Lord every day. Do that very imperfectly, Bob. But coaching is a ministry to me. It's a ministry to my wife. I'm so blessed to be married to Wimberly Giardina for the last 21 years. She is just as much a part of this as I am. We do this together. And we just feel so blessed and grateful to be the head coach at Charleston Southern, and to have 100+ families and young men that trust us with their young men, uh, to not only coach them in football. If I just coach a guy, if we got Steve over here and all we do is teach him how to tackle and blitz, play coverage, I have done Steve's parents the biggest disservice in their life. We're teaching Steve, and he's just one of many, right? How to be the man that God has called him to be, to see what his purpose is. And that's not going to end when Steve graduates. I challenged our whole staff this week. Hey, I need you to call 2 former players. I don't care if they're all conference or all scout team, but reconnect with those guys. And just some of the stories that we've sat down and told from previous guys that we've coached, like we're still doing life with these people. And that to me is what being a coach is all about. And that's the way I'm going to do it. That's why I have so much tremendous confidence in our team and what they can accomplish on the field in 2025. But just make no mistake, like that's always going to be a hallmark because I feel like that's what the Lord has birthed in my heart. And, obviously trying to reflect that biblically against the Bible, but I think it holds up. And so that's why I love what I do.
Gabe Giardina, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Good seeing you again. Hey, good luck in the barbecue bowl too. I forgot about
Hey,
that. Should have
Bob, we
mentioned
got to get it. We got to get the sauce right, brother. Okay. So
that.